Lethargic Sloth here, and I wanted to make this video for fun. I wanted to do the 5 winners and 5 losers of staging at Eurovision 2017. Now, I usually focus on just the music, as the staging, I hardly notice it unless it's really extraordinary or really bad. It's something I tend to overlook as I pay more attention to the songs and the voice and what's going on with that. I'm also not somebody that pays a lot of attention to choreography. That's just me. If I love a song, I love a song. And if not, it's something I don't pay a lot of attention to. But I wanted to make this video and talk about the songs where staging stuck out to me, where it was extraordinary or just completely disappointing, fall in your face. So I'm going to try to keep this to the songs and artists that aren't my top favorites, my Italy, my Switzerland, my Portugal, or my bottom favorites, like Georgia and San Marino and Sweden, stuff like that. I want to keep it middle of the road songs that either just completely impressed me with their staging, or the ones that I liked a lot that kind of brought it back down a little bit. This really isn't going to have any bearing on whether I love the song or not. I'm just saying some songs gained a lot of attention through this, so I thought this would be a fun video to make. I'll do 5 winners with honorable mentions, and I'll do 5 losers with honorable mentions. And please, please, please share your thoughts in the comments section. What staging performances stuck out to you throughout the rehearsals, or if you were able to hear the jury contest today. I heard that and some of them blew me away, so I'm going to start now. So my first winner is going to be the Netherlands. God, those girls can sing. It's so different hearing this song live versus the studio version, and it's what I mentioned in my video. I had complete and total faith, because I had heard tracks of them singing live before, that they would bring it on stage. It's a completely different world, a completely different experience. Now, I liked the studio version. I didn't think it was bad or terrible, but it's completely different hearing them live, and just being on the stage right there, not to mention the actual staging, which is also impressive and beautiful to see. It's the emotions that they're able to capture just by being on stage. This is one thing that pumps life into this entry more than almost any others. A lot of the other songs can't bring this much life into it because they don't have 3 world-class singers behind their song. So this is a crowd pleaser. This is definitely going to qualify, and I'm just almost speechless at how good these girls are. Should be fighting for a top 10, and it might be a dark horse to potentially win. I don't know. It's going to get votes, though, and it's going to do well with the jury, so it might be one that gets a huge boost. We'll see. I'm looking forward to seeing this song live. Lights and Shadows, Ogene, great job. How does Armenia do it every single year? I have this thing. I always do it every single year. I rank Armenia way too low, and then come semifinals, I'm like, what the hell? And then I have to rank them a lot higher because they just blow my mind. They are a country that always comes and wins me over. Kind of a slow-growing song that's not near my favorite, and then they shoot up in my top 5, and it's like, where did that come from? And that's starting to happen right now. I can't believe the lights, the choreography, the beauty of the entire performance of Fly With Me. My biggest critique with Fly With Me has been the story. I've always liked the song a lot, but it's missing the story, and I was like, if you had that part then you have the perfect song. You're so close. With those visualizations, with everything going on, you don't need a fantastic story. You've got the music, you've got the lights, you've got the visual images, you've got her voice. It's just excellent. I can't even believe how amazing it looks on stage. I've now decided that I think there's probably only two countries that can win semifinal one, and Armenia is one of them. So I'm going to make a prediction video about who's going to win the semifinals. But as far as staging and big winner, Armenia, Artsvik, there's a winner right there. Definitely moving up. Here's another winner. It's kind of a subtle winner because I don't know that the staging's the best, but you can tell this country worked very hard on their staging. They worked very hard on everything. And so now they've got a song that has great potential to win and should definitely get top 5. But now this is the icing on the cake, so I have to call it a winner because all the pieces fit. Bulgaria. Wow. I really enjoy this staging. It's dark, it's stormy, it's got the beat going. If I have to give it any criticism, the backup vocalists, they have to get that right. They have to get that right. It's kind of doesn't match, and I really hope that they make the adjustments because that could be make or break for winning. I think he'll easily get through the semifinal. Shouldn't be any problem, but if he wants to win, they have to dial in on those backup singers. But it's a winner because the graphics are nice. It's kind of the opposite of Australia. It's not narcissistic, focusing just on him with the screen and everything that's going on, but you are focused on him because the most important thing is his voice and him singing. It's about him. It's not about everything else that's going on all around him. It's about him. And then at the end, it's that rain of sparks, whatever they are, lights, is just fantastic. I love that ending. It's beautiful, and he's improved so much. His falsetto's a lot better. Everything, he's just more polished, and this is going to be a hard one to beat. So it's top 5 material, and I think the staging was the icing on the cake. So we'll see. It's going to be a good competition. It makes it interesting. You can't just hand the trophy to Italy. So I have a question. Is there any more beautiful staging in the entire contest than Lucy Jones of United Kingdom? Holy crap. I just watched that and I was blown away the first time, and I just watched it probably now for the 5th time, and I'm still blown away as much as I was blown away in the first time. It is incredible. Now, the song I liked before the revamp. I thought it was great. It's the best United Kingdom entry in a long time. I can't even tell you the last time there was a United Kingdom song that I liked off the top of my head. But this is emotional, it's strong, and with the stars and what they have up there on stage, it is beautiful. And as long as her voice is right the day of the contest in the finals, this could win. I can't believe I'm saying that. This could win. Not even be like dark horse win. This could be right up there with the projected winners. Italy, Bulgaria. You know, it's kind of how I feel with Armenia. Now it's got a shot to win, now that it's a full, complete piece. I'm blown away by the United Kingdom. I think it's a beautiful song. It's emotional. It connects well. At least with me, it connects. I think it's a huge contender. I called it a contender before in my review, but I mean, now we're talking, but back then I was probably like top 15 would be a good expectation. Now I think top 5 is completely plausible and it could win. It's just incredible to witness. So I don't know. It's one of the best stages of the entire year. So the United Kingdom did a fantastic job. They proved they're back in it. So it's time to reveal my big winner. There's one song above all else of any of the staging performances that just blew me away. And maybe it's because I had the song ranked kind of in the middle of the field. I just didn't expect it. But the whole song, the entire time, gave me a good feeling, gave me chills. It was visually stunning, and to hear it live is so different than to hear the studio version. So instead of me pumping it up here, I'm going to reveal Croatia. I love this staging, and I know it varies in opinions, but this one just knocked it out of the park for me as far as staging goes. If there's a song where staging affected for the better, it's this one. Holy crap. It's beautiful, it's engaging, it's chaotic when they get into the musical parts. It just looks incredible. And then at the very end of the song, when they all come together and he's singing the last parts of My Friend, and they put their hands on him, all his band and people around him, it's just kind of touching and sentimental. And the whole thing kind of makes me feel like I'm a child again and remembering what I love about life, you know, weather and colors and music. And just as an adult, sometimes you get stuck at work and you get miserable thinking about having to go to work and going home, and a song like this takes you out of that and reminds you what it's like to dream again and to love and to look forward to something, be happy. This is such a good song, and I way underrated this song in my rankings. I'm blown away. So Jacques Deck with My Friend. It's going to be a big grower on my post top 42 after the contest. I love this song and the staging. So I'm going to throw out a few honorable mentions here, just quickly, because I just want to bring up a couple that stood out to me, but maybe their movement wasn't as crazy forward as some of the other ones that I mentioned already, or that changed the song into a winner per se, but just favorably. I really enjoyed these. Finland. Now, I couldn't really put Finland on the list because Finland's my number 6 already, and I have to just mention, though, it's so magical on stage. It's completely different. I've been swearing off watching this at any of the bars or any of the other competitions, not competitions, but performances, because I want to imagine how it was at the national final in the music video and then here at Eurovision. And I know with the bars, the people talking will just annoy me and piss me off. So it's just incredible, and I love everything about this entry. So I wanted to mention it. Another one, Greece. It looks beautiful. The staging looks beautiful. I like the staging. It's a little weird here and there, but I like the water. I like how it looks. It's pretty nice staging. I will get back to this later on Greece. I'm going to actually go with Ireland. Now you're seeing what they call a 180 with Ireland. I've been giving Ireland a lot of props lately with my terrible review of the song. It's not that I'm feeling guilty from that, it's just I'm seeing good qualities coming out, and the staging is perfect for its intended demographic, which is going to be teenagers, children, young people. They're going to love the balloon, they're going to love his voice. He sounds very good live. Again, I've said that multiple times. He really does sound good live. I hate the studio version of the song, but I think he's going to do very well, and I quite enjoy the performance overall now. So it went from hate to, yeah, kind of okay. Another one, Latvia. Beautiful colors. It's crazy like it's supposed to be. It's not going to move it too much for me, but it's really neat to see. It's nice to see Agnes not being so aggressive and on top of everything and smiling and kind of looking like she's really enjoying the performance. I like Latvia. I like Latvia a lot. I worry about the qualification only because I think this is a song that's not going to appeal to everybody, but I still like the song. I like the performance, and I like the colors. It's just crazy. And then the song that I said the other day, too good for Eurovision, and I stand by that, Malta. It was the only song in the entirety of the semifinals that made me shed a tear, and it made me shed a bunch of tears. It's so emotional, and seeing it live, it's the most beautiful, with the voice and the graphics and everything. Together, the package is just incredible. And Malta deserves a lot more than to be everybody's 38th, 39th, 40th top song. I'm sorry. The people that do that to me do not know what music is. This is beautiful. Not saying everybody should like the same song, but gosh, this is underrated. That's my point. It's underrated, and it's a shame because it's a beautiful, lovely song, and I wish it could qualify for the finals. I don't think it's going to, but I love this song. Everything about it. Her voice deserves a lot more than it's treated at Eurovision. So let's see if the fans help with that and give it a spot in the final like it deserves. It's that time. Time to talk about the losers. So the first loser I want to mention here is going to be Iceland. Why am I mentioning this as a loser? This is in the 30s on my top list. It's because that Iceland is in a weak semifinal, and I thought Iceland would be a fringe contender. But the staging for this is so bland. And as far as outfits, she has one of the strangest outfits of the entire competition. She almost looks like some kind of white wizardess with the weird dress with the big old space in the front there. She's got the huge platform shoes. It's just kind of weird. It's like she can't really move up there on stage. And to be honest, I was expecting a little more Azerbaijan to her performance, something a little more artsy and out there. I guess for me, this really just lacks creativity, and I thought Svala would be more creative. Now, again, I'm talking about staging. Her voice, she sounds phenomenal. It's a good song, a great message, and she sounds great. But the staging leaves me very underwhelmed. My next loser I'm going to talk about is Australia. In my review of Australia, I pointed out one of the biggest points of positivity for the song was the sincerity behind the voice. It's about Isaiah's voice. That's what this song is. His spirit, his soul, however you want to describe it, he's bearing it out to you. You don't need a moving machine. You don't need a million pictures of him in the background. You need him, his voice, and subtlety. It's an intimate song. Take a lesson from Portugal on how to stage intimacy. Now, don't do that, because that doesn't work for your song either. But if you had like a panning scene of the Australian outback or something like that, something a little more simple, the staging and the song do not match at all. And everything that was golden about Don't Come Easy is lost in translation with all of the lights and the unnecessary moving machine, treadmill, it's just kind of neutered the performance, and I really feel like the staging could potentially cost Isaiah the chance to qualify. Still a good song, he's still a great singer, but it needs to be about him and his voice and bearing his soul to the audience, and not about all these extra gadgets and whatnots. The next that I'm going to mention on the loser side is going to be Serbia. Again, it's a song that I love. It's a song in my top 10. But the staging itself leaves a lot to be desired. I don't know what it is, but something about it just leaves me a little cold. And then the interpretive dancer doing the whirlpool thing, running around backwards around her a couple times, it does nothing for me to draw me into the song in any way, shape, or form. There's a lot of blues, and it's obvious they're focusing on water and being pulled down into the whirlpool, but I don't know, I'm just disappointed at the end. I thought they would do something a little different. I don't know what I expected, but something with the swings, or I don't know how you would do it, but this is still one of my favorite songs of the year. It's absolutely not going to change its position because listening to it, I love it, and she sounds good. I like the studio version a lot, and I don't know, the staging for this leaves me out there a little bit. What do you think? My next disappointing act is going to be the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia. And really, my biggest thing here is she just doesn't fill up the stage. The choreography is very basic, it's bland, it's kind of boring a little bit, and she really waits until the last chorus to even do any movement around the stage. I understand that the song is called Dance Alone, but if you had dancers dancing alone or telling a story of some sort, or, you know, in the video, music video, she had the guy there. She had her as the young lady, the old lady using the viewfinder. They didn't create any sort of environment here that connects. It's just, to me, it's a major disappointment. Now, this is still one of the great studio tracks of the contest, but I think with this staging, we have transitioned from talking about Macedonia being a potential winner to potentially not even qualifying. And in my prediction video, I had them just missing out on qualifying. I think she still could qualify, and maybe she's holding back a little bit. Maybe it's going to be more energy and more crowd-pleasing when the semifinals roll around, but as of right now, it's just not looking too good. So I hope they get this straightened out, and I hope she comes out strong, because I do like the song, and I like the act. But the staging for me was just not very impressive. My next loser is... oh, hate doing this. Switzerland. I love this song. If you've watched any of my videos, they're my number 2. But as much as I love them, I can't overlook the missed potential in the staging. For one, the pastel colors don't really do it at all. It looks like a Beauty and the Beast knockoff. I know Time Belle with Belle, it could be a play on Beauty and the Beast, so she's wearing the Beauty from Beauty and the Beast's yellow dress, but she also stands on the staircase for until a minute 44 into the song. There's not a lot going on, and this is one thing that I think it's classy, and I think it's beautiful, and it's elegant, but it's hard to take it seriously. And one thing they did very well, I think Time Belle had one of the best music videos this year. They told a story, And the story was that the old people were sad and lonely. It was a dark place. It was just kind of miserable. And what they did by entering Time Bell, by coming in, is they brought music to these people, and suddenly there was life and vibrancy, and it just, had a lot of heart packed into it. Now, why couldn't they do something with this, with the staging? Or they maybe start out in the dark outfits or dark lights at least, and figure out some way to bring in the light where there was dark and tell a story like they did so well in that music video. I don't know. Unfortunately, this is not going to change my opinion of the song, of course. I love the song. It's gonna be one of my favorites no matter what. I'm just a little disappointed by the staging myself. I think it could have been done better, and I think they could have told a story. I think that will hurt the placing a little bit. It's not one that people are talking about so much. As I said, it's kind of hard to take seriously with all the pastel colors, but it's still beautiful. It's a beautiful presentation, and while I don't think it's anywhere near the worst staging at all, I just kind of expected something a little bit different with Time Bell, but I'm still going to vote for them. So now time for the loser honorable mentions. So I kind of hate doing this a little bit, but I'm putting Belgium here for the honors of loser. I couldn't add her to the main list because she's getting better and better and better. But I'm not a big fan of the staging. I think they should have done something a lot more simple, used darker tones, used a ball of light like in the video, maybe show the corridors from the music video, the trees lighting up. I think they could have done something off the music video that was a lot more appropriate. I am not a fan at all of the staging for the song, but as far as she goes, she's getting more confident, and I'm just watching her grow, and it's amazing to see that transition. I just hope she can hold it together and get through, because it's a great song. It's one of the best songs of the year as far as studio versions go. I really enjoy it, and I wish her all the best of luck. I've been a big supporter of Blanche the whole time throughout the competition, and I ranked her low on my top rankings, but she can shoot back up. It's a great song. It really is. I just want the best for her, and I think Belgium will come through. So I'm right there behind her. I hope she does really well. The next honors is going to be Germany. It's kind of funny that a song that tries to distance itself from Titanium, and then the whole staging is colored titanium. It's all... Is this some kind of mockery at the people that wrote Titanium? Now you're performing on stage with those colors. There's no color to it. It's not exciting. It would make the list of losers, but I didn't have high expectations for the song itself. She lies on the floor for 34 seconds before she even gets up. But I do have to say, vocally, she's perfect. She's so good vocally. She's always good vocally live. She's one of the best true singers, and I absolutely love her voice. I do still like the song a lot, but the staging didn't do it any favors, in my opinion. It seems like it's almost mocking the Titanium people, but yeah, maybe that's the intention. If so, I actually would give them props because that's kind of funny, but okay. And last honors, Greece. Yeah, I put Greece on the honors for winner and honors for loser. Why? They can't get it straight with the backing vocalists. Demi and her backing vocalists are completely off. If you heard the jury selection, they had an error, so I'm not specifically talking about that. I've heard errors a lot between her and the backing vocalists. Either she can't hit the high notes or something's going on with her voice to where she can't get to the note, but apparently she'd been rehearsing singing the high notes, but they decided to use the backing vocalist to cover that instead. There's been volume problems where the backing vocalists have been too high at points and too low at points. It's just been a disaster for the Greek team this year as far as getting that right. Now, all being said, it's a beautiful, beautiful stage show. I love the waterfall. I love everything about the rising platform's pretty cool. But get the sound stuff right. You're in big trouble when it comes to televotes. You need the televotes, Greece. The jury, I don't think you're going to win the jury. You've got to win the crowd, win the hearts of the people. So my hope for all the losers is that they do better, turn it around, and prove me wrong. And my hope for the winners is that they keep doing what they're doing because they're doing it right. So I just wanted to make this as a fun little list of winners and losers for staging, and I hope you share yours. Tell me who you like, who went up in your mind, or who went down. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos this week since it's Eurovision week. So thank you for watching. Give me a like, please. Subscribe if you want more Eurovision videos. And Lethargic Sloth, out.